Hi, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading from the 15th of February to the 28th. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. So Gemini, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge from now until the end of the month is the Queen of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups in reverse, okay? So your biggest challenge here, Gemini, is the Queen of Wands. We're going to clarify the Queen of Wands and see why it's your challenge in a moment. In the recent past, you have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, okay? So in the recent past, I do strongly feel that there was this strong energy of feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling like, you know, you couldn't release yourself from some sort of situation that was really affecting you on a deep level. I do feel for some of you that you either went through a painful situation where you felt taken advantage of. You felt like somebody here really didn't have maybe your best interest at heart. And there was a very big lesson here that you learned, okay? And we're going to talk more about that when we clarify in a moment. Now, in the present moment, you have the Hangman, you have the World, and you have the Ten of Swords. So I feel within the present moment for you, some sort of painful situation that you went through, you know, or that you are going through in the present moment is coming to an end, okay? Saturn is moving out of Aquarius at the end of the month, so closer to the middle of March, which is something that you may be feeling already. I do feel that this situation is asking you, Gemini, to look at things from a different perspective. In order to move on from this pain, in order to move on from this situation that has come to an end, there's a need for you to be open-minded about it. And we're going to talk more about that for you in a moment. Now, in the near future, you have the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Emperor. Very beautiful energy in the near future. There's a lot of success here, a lot, okay? And this success that you are going to be embarking on is going to lead to the process in which you heal. So a lot of you have been asking yourself, how am I going to get over this? How am I going to get over this? How am I ever going to, move on from the situation? And you will, because there's something successful here. There's some form of recognition that's coming in for you. And we're going to talk about that and what that may be for you in a moment. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So I feel with the Two of Cups in reverse, there's something about a relationship, you know, you ending a relationship or falling out of a relationship. You have the Moon here as well in reverse, and you have the Death in reverse. So something here that didn't transpire or didn't change or didn't transform ended up coming to an end, okay? So somebody here found something out, and that may have led to something not transforming or changing, or some sort of aspect of a relationship that you were in was supposed to change, but didn't. And, you know, when we don't, how do I put this? When we don't take advantage of growing within our relationships and we stagnate, that's when things come to an end. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going on. I also want to say some of you are ending a relationship or recently ended a relationship and now you feel free, or that could be also another thing that I'm picking up as well too. So the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Knight of Swords. So right now, your biggest challenge has a lot to do with the fact that you want happiness, okay? You want this fulfillment, you want this happiness, you want to feel like you accomplished ultimately what you want to accomplish here. The one thing that you may not realize is that a lot of you may be confused about what you want, and it's important that you're very clear, okay? The more clear you get, Gemini, on what you want, the more it is going to be yours, okay? And that's something that Spirit is asking you to do, because There could be a lot of distractions right now. There could be a lot of things that you want, but the more you get clear on them, the closer you'll get to this happiness. Has a lot to do with maybe a water sign. I'm getting a Scorpio, maybe a Pisces, another air sign, or a fire sign, okay? So let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the Tower. You have the Six of Pentacles and the Devil. So in the recent past, I do strongly feel that something here started to become toxic, obsessive. Someone here could have been overly giving to this relationship or overly giving to a situation that led to a Tower moment. I do get a sense that somebody here could have taken advantage of you, or you could have taken advantage of them here in the past, okay? And this is why you started to isolate yourself, or why your person started to isolate themselves. And that's when things started to break down in the past, okay? Now, in the present moment, something here is ending and is closing out, and it's making room for something new, okay? And we're gonna talk about this and see why it's happening for you. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords in the present moment for Gemini. Nine of Wands in reverse, Page of Cups upright, Queen of Cups upright. The Ten of Swords in the present moment is indicating that something very painful has happened, okay? So you could be at rock bottom right now. You could be going through a really hard time right now. A lot of you feel that someone has given up on you, or you've given up on them. And I do get a sense here that someone is trying to apologize, or wanting to confess, or wanting to offer love, but the other person has given up on this. Someone has said, no more, it's done. It's over, it's done, okay? Tell me more about the World. What's the important message here for Gemini? So the World is clarified by the King of Pentacles. You have the High Priestess and the Five of Wands. So yeah, there's a conflict. Okay, either the conflict has already taken place, or it is taking place right now. And this conflict has a lot to do with the fact that something here is done. Okay, something here is done. One of you may not want this situation to end while the other person does. Okay, and it's very important that whatever is taking place in the present moment, and again, it has a lot to do with a relationship falling out. This is what you don't see coming, Two of Cups in reverse. Spirit is asking you to really be open-minded here. Okay, so even though the situation looks one way, it's important that if you are open-minded to looking at it from a different perspective, it could really allow you to release yourself, to move on from this. Because some of you may feel right now that you can't move on from this. It's like, how am I going to move on from this? I feel debilitated. I can't move forward. Why do I feel like this? Why am I going through this? There's a lot of questions here. Okay, Knight of Wands with the Two of Pentacles and the Death. Yeah. So it's like, how do I process this ending? How do I process the fact that this has really affected me? Some of you are just running away from this. It's like, I don't want the decision to be made. It's like someone here is having a hard time deciding whether or not this situation is or will come to an end. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing in the present moment. Now, in the near future, things really change for you, okay? And it's very much unexpected with this change, right? There's a lot of success here. There's something that you're being recognized for in the near future, and it has a lot to do with the healing process that you will be going through. Tell me more about the Six of Wands for Gemini in the near future. So the Six of Wands is clarified by the Hermit. You have the Emperor and the King of Swords. So in the near future, because you start to go within, okay, because there's an energy here of, okay, I'm going to go within. I'm going to really take my time to connect with my direction, my flow, where I'm going in my life. A lot of you start to become really logical. And I don't feel like you become logical about a relationship, because there's things that happen in relationships that we don't have control over, because of course there's a second person involved. But when it comes to just us and dealing with ourselves, we have control over that. And I feel like in the near future, you start to realize what you need to do in order to heal, in order to move towards the stability that you're looking for. So there's a lot of success here because you choose to go off and do your own thing, or you choose to focus on your own success. And at that point, that may be when the stability actually comes in for you, because you're not expecting it from someone else anymore. You're expecting it from yourself. When we start to take responsibility for ourselves, we don't have anybody else to blame for things that don't work out. Okay, so the Emperor is clarified by the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. And this is what I was picking up on, the fact that you're choosing to disconnect in order to focus on your success. And as hard as it may be, Gemini, that may be something that is required of you in order to get more, because that's what you want. That's your challenge, right? The 10 of Cups. Let's get some advice. You have the 10 of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and you have the Sun. So your biggest piece of advice here is to put any burdens, difficulties, anything that's causing you to feel drained, anything that is not, focusing on your goals and your dreams and bringing that light and positivity in your life, remove it, okay? Anything that's been difficult, I think a lot of you are either already doing that or you're in the process of doing it, because a lot of you are looking for something that is genuine, okay? You're looking for something that is going to lead to the stability that you're looking for. But also your biggest piece of advice here is to allow yourself to go through this process, because it's a process, right? It's not something that's going to be done right away, but it's very clear that something is coming to an end because you're very much focused on connecting to what it is that you really want, which is your happiness, okay? So Gemini, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.